Take it.
Are we having fun yet?
This makes complete sense. Apparently, the Chicago Bulls really want Jakob Poeltl, and the San Antonio Spurs seems as if they're gonna entertain it. So before we talk about that really quick, if you guys want a chance at this prize, this is a Tim Duncan plaque. I will be doing a trivia at the end of the month for Patreon and YouTube members, and you guys will be able to compete for it. So it's only $2 per month if you want to support the channel, and also get a link at the end of the month so we can do this live. It's going to be really fun. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So apparently, the Chicago Bulls want our boy Jakob Poeltl, and it makes complete sense, especially from their standpoint, but from our standpoint as well. Man, when I saw this, I was kind of happy. Not because I want Jakob Poeltl gone, just because I think that it would help and benefit both teams at this point. And I was just sitting back like, excellent. Like I was a villain, all right? I was really excited about this. So what is it about this that makes a lot of sense? So first and foremost, on the Chicago Bulls end, they have been struggling quite a bit with defense. The past 20 games in particular, they have really struggled. Now, one thing in particular that makes the most sense for them is the fact that because they're struggling defensively and they're struggling in the paint as well, they really need a big man to go ahead and fill that void, but they're also on the brink of possible championship. At least they're going to be there. They're going to be in the conversation. They're going to be there deep into the playoffs if they can remain healthy. But with that being said, they're going to need a big man going forward. Now, what makes the most sense about this is Chicago Bulls star is DeMar DeRozan, who obviously played a lot of games with Jakob Poeltl. They're really good off the pick and roll. They know each other. So it would make complete sense for them to do that. Now, some people have said, which I found kind of funny, is that we should trade Jakob Poeltl and Thad Young. And it's like, guys, I don't think they'll take that Young back, but hey, I don't know. I mean, that would be interesting, but I don't know if they would do that. But it makes complete sense on their standpoint. Now, for us, here's the thing. We also want a good player. I mean, I might be missing something, but when I look at the Chicago Bulls roster, and even salary-wise, if we want to try to match that, which I don't believe we would necessarily have to, especially since we got so much cap space, but I don't think any of these players they will be willing to give up. Like, if you're talking about a good player, I don't know. That's very subjective. I don't know exactly what they mean by, we want a good player. Who knows? But there's no one on their roster that I feel like we would just like grab. Now, another thing I want to point out as well, and the reason why I say, look, don't worry about the good player part. Like, I really don't care at this point, is because we have a big man coming up in the draft. Like, I really do believe the San Antonio Spurs are going to have an opportunity to get a very good big man. Now, Jakob Poeltl, I understand where the Spurs are coming from because he has a lot of utility this season, with so many injuries, so many teams struggling, and, Chicago Bulls struggling in the paint. You could really use a Jakob Poeltl, and what he's done for us has been pretty doggone good. I mean, he's been really solid. He's been a pillar. But like I've said before, while I like Jakob Poeltl and I would love for him to just stay with us, I completely understand us not keeping him. And I just get it, because at the end of the day, the type of talent that he is, it is replaceable. It is. It's replaceable. He's not some phenom big man, in the league or by any means, but he is a big man that can last, a big man that any team can probably, utilize. But with that being said, we do have a draft coming up with a lot of good bigs that we will be able to choose from and build off of, Josh Primo, Devin Vassell, and whatnot. So it makes sense. And I understand the Spurs wanting to get that good player, but if it's from the Chicago Bulls, I don't really see that being, I just don't see that happening at all. Now, here's the thing. I want to show you guys something. And hopefully I got it up. I had it here. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so here's the Chicago Bulls upcoming first round draft picks, okay? There's more to this actually, because so they have one apparently. Okay, if I'm reading this right now, if I'm wrong, guys, please correct me in the comments. Every time it comes down to draft picks, I get confused. It's crazy, bro. Like, but from what I'm understanding is that they have the first round draft pick from Portland in 2022. But if you look forward, let me see if I can get to it for you guys. So if you look forward, the Chicago Bulls has literally have nothing coming up like, I mean, from my understanding, they don't really have anything as far as first round picks as it stands right now. They've already traded quite a bit to get the roster that they have, and they're full on like, no, we're going for a championship, which makes complete sense. A lot of times this is what happens with certain teams. They, just throw everything out there and try to see what gets on the hook. And that's just what's going on with the Chicago Bulls. And I'm a little confused, but from what I've read, or from my understanding of this, is that they have a draft pick coming up that we could possibly grab, and that's kind of it. I think everything outside of that, it's really iffy. But I really need, look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert on it, but I really need you guys to kind of help me and educate me and other Spurs fans and NBA fans in general about what's going on here, because their picks are all over the place. So it looks as if we can get a first round pick from them. Okay, we definitely can do that, but yeah, I don't know if you're getting much else just from what I'm seeing. The Chicago Bulls seems like they have nothing left. But with that being said, look, I'm with it. Okay, I'm with it. Not that I hate Jakob Poeltl. Not that Jakob Poeltl doesn't do, his job with us. Not that I will be upset if we kept him. He's not a guy that I really kept a radar on, like, oh yeah, we have to trade him. No. He definitely helps us. But with the situation we're in right now, why not? Like, why not just go ahead and try to make the team as best as you could, just make them better, and you can go and get a big man in the draft if you want, because at the end of the day, while Jakob Poeltl is, a very good big man, I was even argue one of the best centers we've ever had. At the end of the day, he's tradable. And with that salary that he's making, like 8.7, he's playing way over that. I would argue that he and DeJounte Murray and Derek White are all playing over their contracts. Doug McDermott not so much, but he still has some time. But yeah, with that being said, man, you guys let me know what you think. Should we trade him? Should we not? Is it crazy? Is it smart? I don't know. You just tell me. And please explain the draft stuff is confusing, dude. I don't know. But yeah, I'll get with you guys later. Until next time. Deuces.